In this video, we will be covering how you can set up an option scheme and an EMI valuation on the Founder Catalyst platform. To start with, navigate to the Share Options tab on the left-hand side, then click Set up your scheme. First, define the total share pool size. The platform will default to a circa 10%. However, you can customize this amount to suit your needs. Then, for the convert to share type, this must be convertible into ordinary shares. If you have added alternative share classes, for example A or B ordinary, then they will appear in the drop-down. For skipping the shareholder resolution, only tick this if you already have authority from your shareholders to define a share option scheme. For skipping consents, only tick this if you don't need to generate shareholder consents for this option scheme. Next, upload your company's Articles of Association. This makes sure everyone signing understands their rights when the options turn into shares. If you've done a funding round with us before, you'll already have these. If not, you can use the standard model articles, which work for most startups. Then, once you have filled out the boxes, click Finish defining the scheme. The platform will provide a warning that the documents are being generated. Wait a few minutes and refresh the page. All necessary documents will then be available in the data room on the left-hand side, in the folder Options Scheme. Step 2. Approving the option scheme, board minutes, shareholder resolution, and scheme rules. This always requires a signature. If you selected investor consent during the defining stage, the platform takes it as you've already got their consent during the round. If you haven't, then they will need to sign their documents on their account. Typically, you need 75% approval before being able to grant options. If your investors are unsure where to find this, it will be in the left-hand menu under Manage. For setting up a new EMI valuation, you can skip this if you already have an approval from HMRC. You must enter the approval date and reference number, then click Skip Valuation. To set up a new EMI valuation, click Set up a new valuation, then follow the steps below. You can see this by clicking the hyperlink. Follow this process. Fill any information you can in, then raise a support ticket with this information and our team can help you. You may be asked to book a valuation call once we have reviewed your details. If so, book a meeting under the hyperlink Zoom meeting. Then, we will help build a valuation submission via support ticket to review. Then, you need to send it to HMRC. Then click Save the Valuation at the bottom. Ensure you download and sign the VAL231 form, the valuation calculation spreadsheet, and report covering letter before sending to HMRC. While the valuation is in the defining stage, you can still make changes. Once you are sure everything is correct and have reviewed the valuation cover letter, click to send to HMRC, then click Mark Valuation as sent. You must send this yourself. Please BCC sam@foundercatalyst.com in the email to HMRC and forward any correspondence thereto. After submitting the valuation, you must confirm on the platform that the valuation has sent. This will change the status to approval pending. Once it's been approved, mark as approved on the platform. If not approved, you can start a new valuation process at any time. Then, for granting options, you can still find this in the same tab. Go to Add a Grant Holder and then either select EMI or Unapproved. Then, you need to define the grant by entering the number of shares and price per share. You also need to provide the employee's details, for instance their full name, email, and national insurance number. You can then select how these options vest, then click Grant. Once you have defined the grant, you will have a status of Ready to Build docs. You can make changes at this stage. When you are ready, click Create Documentation, then send the invitation. You must do this whether they have boarded during the funding round or not, as it will invite them into the option scheme. Once both parties have signed the documents, then the grant status will change to Granted. For managing options, you can track their status and manage them on the platform. You can also choose to vest some shares early or lapse the options grant which expires it completely. You can also download a CSV report for your records.